You don't want to mask the danger because then your body's not going to produce and give you the adrenaline that you need. And everything, it's less than inches, less than seconds, and it's completely intuitive. You're not retaining any information. You're constantly processing space and time. It's the best high. There's no drug in the world that
when you're in the zone
that I know of will match adrenaline, like massive amounts of adrenaline coursing through your veins.
Welcome, Robertson Stash.
You're an absolute legend, and we're grateful to have you on the show. I know you like to hunt. Probably bagged yourself a few elks in your time, or have you yet?
The one thing I have not killed yet is an elk.
Really?
I'm going to go this year. I need some meat.
Are you? Okay, well, maybe we can save you some time and get you one right now. Can we bring out the Gaethje elk that we made here for him? Bust this bad boy out.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man. So that's for you, and you can hit it anytime you want. Fuck yeah. Sick. Well,
hey, you guys got skills.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's the first elk I made. Brandon or Nate, shout out to those guys for hooking this up. But they sent me a reference picture, and that's the one. I guess. Do you know how many points this is? Would you say? Or?
That is 4. That's a 6x6. It's nice.
6x6.
6x6.
Cool.
That's definitely what we're shooting for.
Nice. There you go. Well, I heard somewhere that you come from a family of copper miners, and you used to work in a copper mine when you were younger?
Yeah, southeastern Arizona. It's Morenci, Arizona is where the actual mine is at.
Okay.
It's top 10 in the world, biggest open pit copper mine.
Wow.
3 generations, both sides of my family. So many of my friends and cousins. And
that's crazy.
My brother went in there, and now my brother sells steel to all the different mines in Arizona.
Oh, what did they use the steel for?
So they line the truck beds.
Okay.
Kind of like reinforce a lot of things to, make it last longer.
Nice. Did you ever find anything cool, like when you're digging in?
No, this is a different process. So these machines are just incredibly big.
Yeah.
They'll drill like 100, there's a pattern of 100 holes. They drill it down. I'm not exactly sure how far, probably like 100 feet, something.
Yeah.
They load all the holes with dynamite, blow it up.
Oh, wow.
And then a shovel comes in, fills up the truck, takes it to the crusher. They crush it down to like rubble. They spread it out over a field, and they run some acid.
Leach, yeah.
They leach it out, yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy who I bought this unit from. He was a miner in Arizona too. He was actually on the show Gold Rush, but he told me he found a $40,000 gold nugget out in Arizona that looked like a piece of shit, but it was just solid gold out there. But he would mine for tungsten and cobalt and gold out there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of metals out there. I mean, they opened a new one in Safford where I grew up, and it is expanding like so fast. All of everything that they look at tells them there's very rich ore in there, so they're gonna go.
They prospect it. They can tell before they go digging.
They scan the ground. They know everything.
So, when did you start that job?
So I worked after I graduated high school. The summer before I went to college, I worked there, and I worked. It was 7 days a week, 12-hour days, and there was an hour back and forth, so it was 14-hour days. Wow. And I did 68 days straight, and then left to college.
Sounds like a job that would give a young man some grit.
Yep. Yeah. It definitely made me want to go to school and pay attention, read my books, get good grades, and stick to wrestling. And
nice.
Luckily, now I'm fighting, so it's good.
Yeah. So
I worked there, and it was tough ass work, man. And it's a great,
physical
super physical. I was the bitch of the crew, so everything that needed to be lifted, I was the one lifting it. All the nasty crater oil shit that needed to be scooped out, I was in there doing that. Yeah, and it's hot as shit in there.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it's man, bitch. But it's great for my community. Like, so the entire town of Morenci, where I was born. Yeah. My parents went to high school there. Every house, every building, the school, the grocery store, everything's owned by the mine.
Oh, cool.
And then if you work for the mine, you can rent a house from the mine. And
really?
So you can live it. So if you don't work for the mine, you can't live in that town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's like all miners in there.
Yep.
Cool. So what brought you to Colorado, the mountains?
Yeah, so 2007 I graduated, and I wanted to wrestle, and University of Northern Colorado was my only Division I offer. Okay. And I wanted to wrestle with the best, so I, packed everything up. My dad drove me up here and dropped me off, and I didn't know one person. and it's been one hell of a ride.
Yeah. When was that? When did you move here?
2007, August.
2007?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Started wrestling up there. Wrestled for 4 years. Did 5 years of school, and then while I was in college, so my freshman year of college, they brought in a bunch of UFC fighters: George St. Pierre, Cowboy Cerrone, Shane Carwin, Key Jardine, Cub Swanson. They brought them to participate in our wrestling practice, and I wrestled with them, and I didn't lose to them, and I was tough ass kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, these, and they were normal dudes. I was like, these are normal guys, and I was a huge fan of the sport. Of these guys specifically. I'd been watching them, through college and stuff like that. So, yeah, and then I was like, I want to try this. And my coaches are like, all right, get your grades up, and we'll get you a fight over the summer.
Wow.
So I ended up taking 7 amateur fights while I was wrestling, in college.
MMA?
Yep. MMA fights. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so my 5th fight, I almost got knocked out, and I had never been punched before. I'd never punched anybody really. I punched 2 people in the street, like big street brawls, and they went to sleep, and I was like, I can punch, but I'd never been in an actual fight, so I'd never been punched or.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got punched, almost got knocked out, and I was like, I got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
And so Shane Carwin lived in Greeley, and he was driving down to Denver to train with my coach Trevor Whitman now, and so he let me jump in his truck twice a week, and I would drive down with him, to practice, and then I'd drive back. And that was when he was getting ready to fight like Brock Lesnar. So it was really cool getting to see that side of, a world-class athlete getting ready for a huge fight.
Yeah,
that was
that's
cool.
awesome. So do you notice any advantage from training up at altitude and then going down and fighting flatland? Or is it?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, confidence is everything. And so, I mean, it gives me the confidence to know that, there's more oxygen in the air. But outside of that, like, tired is tired. And in these fights are 5-minute rounds.
Yeah.
5-minute rounds or 3 5-minute rounds. And it is exhausting. So either way, you're dead ass tired. But I do think, it brings sort of confidence that if you're tired, he's more tired.
When was your first professional fight? Do you remember?
Yeah, my first pro fight had to be 2012.
Okay.
So I had 7 amateur fights, and then I was done wrestling in college. I was like, I'm gonna try to turn pro, and then I would just do you do local fights. So in Colorado, there was a couple of big promotions that were putting on fights, and I fought on those cards. And then I'd go down to Arizona and fight. That's where I was from. And so it was all about selling tickets at that point. So you're trying to sell tickets, make money off ticket sales.
Yeah.
And so it was I had 6 or 7 pro fights around Colorado and Arizona, and then I went to World Series of Fighting, and that was my first fight on TV versus Josias Cavalcante.
Okay. Did that feel different being on TV at all?
I mean, so I got paid more.
Got paid more?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I made $5,000 to fight, and then I won, so I won $5,000 more.
Sweet.
I thought I was rich. Turns out.
Was that one of your first bigger paychecks then?
Yeah.
That's a pivotal moment.
Before that I had got paid $7,000 to fight, but that was we had to sell 900 tickets. So it wasn't the same.
Wow.
It was just a little bit different.
We were introduced through our friends that own the head shop, Nate and Brandon over there. So you smoke weed here and there a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I did not. My parents were very strict. My mom drug tested me every week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
I needed it.
Yeah.
I'm from maybe 80 miles north of Mexico and 20 miles west of New Mexico, just middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And
there's
lots
drinkers
of drugs,
out there.
Lots of drugs, lots of shit coming straight from the border.
So she kept you on a straight line.
My friends, I lost a lot of friends to drugs, and
really?
So my mom was, she was a real one. She's my really good friend now, but she was never my friend.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Mm-hmm.
She did her job.
Some authority.
Yeah.
When was the first time you smoked weed? Do you remember?
It's a crazy story. So I was in high school, and crazy small town. So I smoked weed with my girlfriend at the time, just me and her in the desert. Nobody saw. And the next day I walk into my house, and my mom's like, piss in that cup. And I was like, what? She's like, piss in the cup.
She knew.
I was like, how? I was like, how? I was like, I'm not pissing in the cup. She's like, you're pissing in the cup. And yeah.
You got busted?
Yeah. Piss hot for weed.
How'd you get caught? Did she just know? Or did you raid the cupboards and munch out when you got home?
I don't know to this day.
It's that psychic motherly connection.
I don't fucking know what happened. Still.
So how old were you when that happened?
That was probably 16 or 17.
16 or 17.
Yeah, and then she drug tested me twice a week.
Oh, after you failed the first one?
The rest of the time through high school, yeah.
Wow.
That was 16.
Keeps you in check, I guess. What about glass? Like, when did you, I've seen you hit one of my little giraffes on the video that Nate sent me.
Yeah, they always bring some cool pieces over there. I mean,
did these guys get you kind of into it or aware of it?
Yeah, I mean, that's so good. First time I smoked in college, first time I smoked a blunt with my buddies, I was like, shit, I'm going to be a fucking pothead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been that way since.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've moved on from blunts to glass, and yeah, I mean, it's really cool now.
Rosin?
Yeah.
Smoke rosin,
yeah, take dabs. Have an e-nail.
Yeah, e-nail.
I don't do that as much anymore.
No.
I don't take dabs as much anymore, but.
Smoke joints sometimes?
Yeah, I've been smoking joints. My coach grows weed, so.
Oh, really?
I've been smoking a lot less weed.
So.
And then I've been quitting now before fights, like 3 months.
3 months before the fight?
Yeah.
What are the rules with that? Because
you can smoke all the way up to the fight.
Okay,
yeah.
When do you gotta?
Weed's not illegal.
So you just can't be, or you wouldn't want to be stoned, I guess. Like, it wouldn't help.
I mean, you're the only one that would know.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
So they don't, if they test you, they don't care. They got THC. What about like psilocybin, like mushrooms and stuff?
Psilocybin, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know how they test. I think psilocybin, from what I know,
yeah,
I'm sure it takes a very, very distinct drug test.
Okay.
It's kind of food poisoning. I mean, you're kind of poisoning yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, there's no chemical in it that's gonna register.
It's hard to detect.
But I mean, also same is true for marijuana. So I don't know. I don't know how testing for psilocybin works.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if anybody does that. Sometimes a microdose will help people see better or react. You know.
Yeah. No. I mean, so like the actual fight. You know, you really the best drug in the human body has come so far to protect yourself, to go to special places when you're in there. So you don't want to
release it.
Yeah, you don't want to mask, the danger, because then your body's not going to produce and give you the adrenaline that you need. And everything, it's less than inches, less than seconds, and it's completely intuitive. You're not retaining any information. You're constantly processing space and time.
Yeah.
And so I think you just have to be clear-headed. I mean,
sounds.
For me, it is. I mean, it's the best high. There's no drug in the world that
when you're in the zone
that I know of will match adrenaline, like massive amounts of adrenaline coursing through your veins.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
That's awesome. Have you yourself ever experimented with mushrooms at all?
So I mean,
a little bit. Or?
I mean, I get hit in the head for a living. I've obviously taken psilocybin, but I think it's like a small microdose. I take one before I go to bed. I try to do it, a couple times a week, but I don't get there a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that just to hopefully, as far as rerouting and, regenerating neurological pathways. I mean, they say it's possible, and if it's possible, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah. What about cold plunging? Are you into that at all?
I have a cold plunge at my house, but I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate being cold.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it sucks. But when I go in the lake or the river out here in the winter, I feel
when I'm in camp. When I'm in camp, I do it, but I have a hard time.
Yeah.
Getting myself
painful.
Yeah, it sucks.
What about sauna? Do you do that after?
I have an infrared sauna at my house. I have a cold tub. I have a hot tub, treadmill. So yeah, I usually do 20 minutes on the treadmill, while the sauna's heating up. I'll get in there for 20, 30 minutes. And then, cold tub, hot tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
What about those smelling salts? I've seen people fucking with those.
I've never fucked with those.
No. I guess some people
I'm
do
sure
before
they stuck them in front of my face when Max knocked me out. I'm sure there was some smelling salts in my face.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
Fuck, that was an amazing fight, man.
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah. What's your takeaway from that fight? Is there anything you took away from that?
Yeah. But nothing that you could really put into words.
No.
Yeah.
What was your first meal you had after that fight?
After that fight?
Because that would be your first meal after you cut your weight, right?
So I went to the hospital, came back to the room, and they had a shit ton of, I think, pizzas and chicken sandwiches. Yeah, fried chicken.
Did you
sandwiches.
request those, or did they just have them
they
there?
just had
Yeah.
food.
Were you starved? Did you eat them?
Yeah,
ready to eat after that.
Yeah.
Sick.
I ate a lot of fried chicken sandwiches.
So I know
pizza.
you eat real clean. I was
Yeah, I
watching
do.
some stuff, and you got your personal chef and stuff. Where do you get your meat from? Like, I've been trying some different spots, but I don't buy grocery
She goes
stores.
to a farm.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the farm.
Okay.
That's where she gets most of the meat.
Yeah, is it in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she
Okay.
goes there, gets all my honey.
Sweet.
All the meat. Yeah. And then we just got some kind of fish delivery. It comes like every week. Different kind of fish.
Fresh?
Comes in a box, yeah.
Is it fresh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Cool. Do you take any supplements to like supplement your diet with eating clean?
She puts like protein and athletic greens into my smoothie. I drink a lot. I drink 3 smoothies a day. I eat 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
I have to, during camp, it's 4,000 to 6,000 calories a day, so I just can't chew that much food.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all kinds of shit. Whatever she puts in the smoothies, I don't even know. But there's a lot of shit in there.
Nice.
All the vitamins.
That you need, yeah.
All the different mushrooms.
Mushrooms,
She
yeah.
has all the tinctures, all the different algae.
Yeah.
Yeah, she puts all kinds of shit in there. I don't ask because then I won't drink it.
Does it taste good?
It does taste good.
It does taste
That's
good.
why I don't ask. I don't want to mess it up.
Do you ski or snowboard living so close to the mountains?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually November 30th. If you guys are free, I'm doing a grand opening of the Beaver Park Sports Shops. I'm one of the new owners.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Beaver Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I love Beaver Creek.
It's in Winter Park.
Winter Park.
It's called Beaver Park Sports Shops.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's the 3 biggest ski and snowboard shops up there. And
Nice.
we're doing like a grand reopening.
You going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
I'll be there. It's my baby.
So that's November
November 30th.
30th. Cool. That's coming right up.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that
going
hill
to,
open too? Or is
I
it
don't
out?
even know. I
Yeah.
have no idea. I need to go up there. I'm going to Macau in 3 days, and I'll be back the 25th, and then I'll be
Well, if you're
up there the 30th.
Anybody in the area, stop by and check that out.
Yeah, please do.
So do you have any rituals or traditions that you do before fights or superstitions?
No. I mean, for me, it's like I've made them so you have a great night. So you go in there, you knock out somebody in the first round, and then I think it's a mistake to try and recreate that next time. You try to you remember how you felt before. You remember your thought process in the locker room, and then you try to recreate that. And I think it's detrimental to how organic every experience is. And so that's one mistake I've made.
Okay.
I think that was a mistake I made in the Holloway fight.
So you treat each different fight differently.
Yeah. Like I had a couple
Your
great
intuition.
performances before the Holloway fight. And I was Chandler, Fiziev, and I was like, I'm gonna no matter what, I always create damage. I just need to not get hit, and just so you're trying to recreate these moments from the past, but those don't.
It's like a fresh new energy.
Yeah, those have nothing to do with that moment. So
Okay. So you kind of assess each situation and
you just have to let each one be its own.
okay.
Nothing from the past, nothing from the future. Nobody outside can help you. It's just right now, right here.
What do you think about the embedded haircut curse? Ever heard of it?
Yeah. I mean, I got a haircut on embedded and I lost, but I don't think that's why. There's so many variables. There's no way. But you don't want Drake betting on you. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah. Did you watch that last night, the Tyson?
I didn't watch it very well. I was eating dinner. It was my birthday a couple days ago. So
Oh, happy birthday.
thank you. So I was just out to dinner and just enjoying it. And every time I looked, Mike Tyson wasn't throwing a lot of punches.
No, it kind of
I didn't ever
got
really
sad.
tune in.
vibe
And
at the
I want to
end.
go back and watch the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I'm sure he looked good.
Yeah. They were better than the later ones for sure.
Shit's exhausting.
Yeah.
50
Well, they
years
both, it was a show. They all made some money, I guess.
Yeah.
You met Donald Trump maybe like a week ago or something. Did you?
I've
Or
met him
you
a few
posted a
times.
picture?
Yeah. That was from 2019, that picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's he like in person?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He loves fighting. He's called me maybe three times.
No way.
After different fights.
Wow.
He's been a big supporter of the UFC since the 90s. Whenever they were calling it human cockfighting, and they wouldn't let us in these venues, not us, but the UFC in these venues. And Trump, opened up his hotels and let them fight there. So that was a big part of them, getting started.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it started in like the Donald Trump hotels, or did he just buy a venue?
The first fight was in Denver.
Oh wow!
Because different states would, Denver did.
Allowed it. Okay.
Most wouldn't. New York just passed it like not even 10 years.
Oh really?
I bet it's been legal. How long has it been? 10, 15 years. No more than 15 years.
Is there any states that don't let it happen?
Not now.
Not now. It's all nationwide.
But every state has its own commission. None of them talk to each other. Some are professional. Some are like the mafia.
Really?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Interesting.
It's like,
Where's your favorite state to fight in?
I mean, I think Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, MGM.
Yeah, just because I've been going there since I was a little kid to compete in these wrestling tournaments, and it just has that nostalgia to it every time I go there.
Now they're doing that at the Sphere now. I guess they
did. I was at that one.
Oh, you were?
Awesome.
What's that like?
Yeah, it was incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's
super good venue for it.
That technology is out of this world.
What they have on the walls? Like, did they have the fighters blowing up on the walls?
Yeah, they had all kinds of shit.
Wow,
all kinds of shit. Like
awesome.
Every fight had its own theme, and so they were telling like the story of the history of Mexican fighting and the culture of that.
So they had a whole.
And so they had a whole story, and so everyone was like a different segment.
That's cool.
In between the fights.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Wow.
It was. I
want to go check that spot out soon.
Yeah, I would go watch. I went to the Sphere after I fought Holloway the day after.
Oh wow.
And watched the Earth show or something.
Okay.
It's cool. It's like Planet Earth.
Oh nice.
It's crazy.
It's crazy there.
All the effects and the visuals.
Very cool. Yeah, I've been to something like that.
I would recommend psilocybin.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah.
Feels like you're probably on it without it in there.
Yeah,
at the Grateful Dead show.
It does.
This episode is sponsored by Viper Auto Spa. Looking to give your vehicle the ultimate shine and protection? Well, look no further than Viper Auto Spa, Colorado Springs' premier auto detailing service. Their expert team specializes in comprehensive interior and exterior detailing, paint correction, ceramic coatings, and more. They use only the highest quality products to ensure your car looks its best and stays protected against the elements. Don't wait. Give your car the care it deserves. Visit them on Instagram at Viper_auto_spa to see their work and book your appointment today. Now, back to the show.
So I see you got some sort of deal or sponsorship, whatever, with Happy Dad beer. How did you meet
Happy
the
Dad
Nelk?
Seltzer.
Yeah, cool. How did you meet the Nelk Bros?
Yeah, I mean, everybody I meet is through the
fellow
UFC.
Canadians.
Yeah, nice. Through the UFC. I mean, they started, coming around the fights. When I fought, they really kind of came on through COVID. Is when they kind of, jumped on the scene. And then when I fought Khabib out in Abu Dhabi, I met a few of them. They were out there doing some content shooting.
Nice.
Stuff like that during COVID when everything was shut down.
They just went out there.
And yeah, so that's when I met them and then, kind of kept that relationship. They're at all the UFC fights. So, I've seen them many times. I play golf with Salim and Kyle.
Okay.
They're pretty good golfers.
My buddy, my friend had the same high school teacher as them growing up in Ontario, Canada. Right. Yeah. So they got the happy dabs.
I mean, they're doing good for themselves.
Fuck yeah, they are. So can you remember how you felt after getting your first big paycheck? Like maybe not the $5,000 one, but like maybe did one kind of change your life where you made it?
No, because like the recognition that came with like all these different fights on TV. Once I started really making a name for myself and knocking people out and being known as one of the most exciting fighters, coming up the ranks.
Yeah.
Those, specifically when I got to the UFC after my first UFC fight, you go from 40,000 followers to like 200,000 followers, in like
overnight
48 hours.
Wow.
And you're going viral. And so that moment is like surreal. where everyone's talking about you. You know, you came out successful. You know, such an exciting fight, and then to go viral. You know, everything's going viral. The world's talking about you for a split second.
Yeah,
that's surreal. That's a surreal moment. And then, you know, every time I would do that, you know, as I got to the UFC, I'm like, I wonder if, you know, after the fight, I'd go eat. I wonder if this is the time when people, you know, recognize me. And it would never happen.
Yeah.
And then, you know, 2-3 fights in I would start getting recognized.
Everywhere.
Now it's everywhere.
It's everywhere you go. I bet after that Holloway fight, man.
Oh, I mean, after the Khabib fight, I've been in some really big fights.
Yeah,
through the years.
But even just that one I saw everywhere, like
Tony Ferguson, the Tony Ferguson fight really, you know, was kind of a catalyst to where I am now with because, you know, every sporting organization and event was shut down at the time. The UFC was the only ones coming back. You know, there was Khabib got stuck in Russia. Everybody wanted to see them fight. He was on an 11-fight winning streak, you know, just killing everybody. Yeah. And I come in there in short notice, and the whole world is watching, you know, because they have nothing else to watch. And that one really, you know, really set it off. And since then, you know, I definitely get a lot of pictures. The farther I go from this country, the more that happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Does it bother you at all? Like going out and just
honestly, people ask me that a lot. I honestly love it.
Yeah.
The fact, you know, so I've said this a million times. I went to school for human services.
Okay.
You know, social work. I love to help people. I love to brighten people's day, whatever. Make it as cliche as you want, but just be a positive impact and cause positive ripples. Mm-hmm. You know, and that can
inspire
cascade.
People.
And I do that. You know, I get messages from across the world, but every time I get a chance to, you know, interact with somebody, and you know, they're like, "You made my day." I'm like, "That's awesome." You know, why wouldn't I take 10 seconds to do that for as many people as I can? It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, I
helping
won't lie.
people.
Yeah, that does, you know, it's a good thing for me. And it's always been something I enjoyed. So, and I think I'm going to miss it. I come from a really small town, and, you know, it was a dream. I wanted to be a professional football player.
Oh, really?
And that came with the fame. And so it was kind of a dream as a kid. And to be able to represent a small town, my family, and, you know, now the country, and, you know, get recognized for it, and to really recognize me for my effort.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I'm thankful for it. And then I think I'll miss it when it's gone. So, yeah, I'm enjoying every moment.
I think you'll always be a legend in the books. But so have you ever had any bad experiences with fans, like crazy people running up on you, or a little bit too obnoxious, or no one really fucks around with you?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say like in an aggressive. What's hard is when someone's like, I don't want to say infatuated, but like they get their picture, but then they want to sit there and like when I go to my hometown of Safford, I'll go to the bar with my brother and my sister and, you know, our friends, and somebody will be drunk and they'll recognize me, and they will just be on me, and I'm like telling everybody, I'm like, dude, please help me get this guy away from me, and everyone's trying to get him away, but he's
persistent.
You know, they're just not aware that they're being like that, and then so we'll leave, they'll follow me to the next bar, and so those instances, you know, I'm like, dude, like
I don't want to have to knock you out, like.
Well, I don't even want to. I'll just go home, you know. I don't want to hurt nobody.
You said you used.
I don't have to.
You were saying you had to fight outside the ring, but have you? When have you had to use your skills outside the ring? You said some. What did you say at the beginning?
So like in college, there was a couple big brawls. One guy. So there was a huge brawl, like one of the craziest fights I've ever seen. Women everywhere going through walls, and men, and there's like 100 people inside this basement, and it's shoulder to shoulder. Big fight breaks out, and it's just chaos. At
a party?
Yeah, at a party. So I back up into the corner. I always just put my back in the corner, you know, just sit there. And then some kid was getting picked on. I told the guy, leave him alone. He starts like getting aggressive, and I punched him, and he went to sleep. And I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. And it just felt like my fist just melted through his face. I was like, oh my God. And he had a bunch of friends there. So I went outside, and I was hiding in a tree. There was like 8 dudes circling the house looking for me.
Oh, fuck.
Bounced, you know, ran home to where all the wrestlers were, because no one's going to mess with, you know, all of us. And I ended up being good friends with those guys. No, those guys came over. I was like, I'll fight you one-on-one. And they were wrestlers in high school. They knew we were Division I college wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, never mind.
Was that the first time you've ever put someone to sleep with your?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another one similar to that one. someone was picking on my buddy, and I was, pulled him off, and we squared up, and all of a sudden, from the corner of my eye, I see a fist coming. I step back, and he hits me in the lip, and that was the craziest one. Like, I didn't even feel it hit him, and he just went completely asleep, and I was like, that is fucking crazy.
Wow.
And like just melted through his face. And so I was like, this is cool. And then I was like, I want to try this because I was a wrestler.
Yeah.
That was right before I took my first amateur fight.
So did it kind of inspire you to get into MMA a little bit?
No, not at all. I mean, I think in hindsight, I was fully committed to where I am now, no matter what
happened.
Yeah. From 4 years old. I tell my parents all the time, they really screwed me. If they would just put a golf club in my hand at 4 years old,
yeah,
I'd be on the PGA Tour right now. But
fuck,
I love what I do. I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, well, it looks awesome. But you play golf too a lot too. You just said you played like 100 games.
I played 170 out of the last 210 days since April 13th.
Wow, every day.
Pretty much. I was outside every day of the summer.
Wow, what's your
2 different countries?
Yeah. What's one of your
states.
favorite courses you've played?
I played Le Golf National. That's where they did the last Olympics when I was out in Paris. I have played so much golf.
Yeah.
In Colorado? I really need to start getting like a ball from every single one with one of their logos.
Yeah, that'd be
Make
cool.
a wall or something. But I'm so far behind now.
That's what they do. We play a lot of VR golf with the homies. You ever fuck with the VR golf?
Yeah,
Golf Plus?
I'm actually gonna knock down a wall in my house and put a simulator in very soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's like a full simulator.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried the VR golf with the Oculus?
My brother did. He said it'll fuck everything up about your actual swing.
Oh, will it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm pretty good on the VR.
We'll
I don't
see.
play that much.
See when you smoke a real one.
Yeah,
It might be the same.
that's
I
cool.
highly doubt it.
Yeah, no, it's a real simulator where you're whacking the ball on
Yeah.
the screen. That's probably going to enhance your game a little bit.
This episode is sponsored by Galaxy Glass Smoke Shop. Looking for the ultimate smoke shop experience in Colorado Springs? Well, look no further than Galaxy Glass. They have the largest selection of high-end glass in town, from stunning custom pieces to trusted favorites. Need vaporizers, dabbing accessories, or anything in between? Galaxy Glass has got you covered. And it doesn't stop there. They even carry heavy shoes and clothing to keep your style game on point. Don't miss out on their daily deals. Check them out on Instagram at Shop Galaxy Glass, or swing on by Galaxy Glass and see why they are out of this world.
Have you played Wolf Creek here in Colorado?
Wolf Creek.
Because I've played it VR and it looks beautiful.
I have played Wolf Creek. I've played a lot. I've played almost all. I've played Castle Pines. Played the Sanctuary. The Ridge.
Nice.
I do a tournament every year at Arrowhead.
Arrowhead?
Yeah, I put a charity tournament on.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've done that for the last 3 years. So
Nice.
next year, have to get you guys in there and sponsor a hole.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We would love to.
Get a team on there.
Yeah, that would be sick. All right. If you could smoke a joint, we ask every guest on the show this. If you could smoke a joint with anybody living or dead, no family members, who would it be?
Living or dead?
Yeah, I mean, if they've passed and you
Yeah.
want to go back in time and just kick it with somebody, puff one.
Yeah, I would say one of my high school buddies
Okay.
that passed away.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
junior. Yeah,
All right. Yeah, that would be nice.
yeah, it would be.
That
Cool.
would always. That's why we say no
I
family
did,
members, but I guess I should say it. No, but that's all right.
Oh, you're talking about? I've smoked. I have a picture of me smoking a joint. Me and Mike Tyson in a room.
You do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was cool.
He comes to all those champ shows and.
No, I
does
was
a
out
little-
at his farm in the middle of LA. It's no farm, but
Yeah.
where they run their
This guy's on weed
their
strain.
flower out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside that, oh man.
Any
I mean,
musicians, fighters,
I
or
think like if I can get Willie Nelson, Cheech and Chong,
yeah. Well,
all together.
that's still doable, I guess.
It is.
Yeah. Well, that'd be
They
a good one.
proved-
Legends.
They're the crux of my argument every time. I'm like, how? How could it be that bad?
Yeah.
Look at Willie Nelson And look at Cheech and
I
Chong.
know.
Like,
well, it's proven it can't shrink cancer cells, like the RSO cream you put on your face. And, you know, they've done some experience. I don't think the government wants it all out for like a miracle plant. Everybody you know, because it has a lot of benefits.
it does.
What do you find is the most beneficial to you when you smoke? Recovery, relaxation?
I think recovery, relaxation.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I'm a very hyperactive person. You know, I can never sit still. So yeah, it helps me relax, you know, rest my body. It helps me eat food.
Appetite,
You know, the amount of food that I have to eat, it helps me you know, enjoy that process more.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Does it? Yeah. Do you eat edibles at all too?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
I don't discriminate.
They're good for sleeping. I like those.
Yeah, no, I like them.
Wow.
Once my tolerance gets so high, like it doesn't, I don't get high. I just, you know, feel relaxed or not relaxed.
What about the first time you smoke after you take one of these tolerance breaks? Like
I feel like I get drugged.
Drugged?
And I
Are you scared?
Can't talk, can't think.
Talk?
No, I don't necessarily. I've only had one panic attack from edibles, and that was the night I signed to fight Michael Johnson, my first UFC fight.
Yeah.
And I took I could eat like 500 milligrams right now, no problem.
No way. Wow.
I don't want to. I'll
But
eat,
you
I'll
could.
eat 50 or 100. Yeah. I don't necessarily, like, I just feel like I don't want to smoke.
I ended up in Mexican prison off of 100 milligrams.
Well, this is crazy. I ate a 5 milligram. It was one of those sleep ones.
Okay, just 5 mil?
Yeah, and it set me off.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was the fight, but
yeah,
that was the only time I've ever experienced it.
Probably the endorphins going
I
combined
was
with that. That's crazy.
Closing my eyes, picturing the fight and the pressure and, you know, fighting.
5 mil set you off.
Number 5 in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Fucking crazy. So I know you kind of knew what you wanted to do at an early age, but if you had to give your 18-year-old self any advice, would you have any to kind of streamline your direction?
Probably do less drugs.
Really? Were you doing other drugs? Like,
No. But even then,
yeah.
alcohol. I think alcohol is one of the worst things. One of the worst drugs out there.
Do you drink now?
No, I mean, not really. No. I'll have a drink in Vegas around these fights. You know, I'll have a beer or two, but
yeah.
But I mean, I come from the middle of nowhere. I've had my struggles, and you know, luckily, I always had too much to lose, and so I always pulled myself, you know, away and out.
Yeah.
Of that, but I mean, I was right there.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Drinking regularly?
No. Stuff I don't talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything. I mean, so I think to help people, you know, human services, obviously I want to help people on drugs. Like those are the most instances I've seen, like with my friends and family that have needed the help. And I've never known what they were chasing, you know? And so I think you have to find out. And so you did. And yeah, once you find out, then I was like, now I know, you know, I'm not talking specifics, but
it can be a slippery slope.
Yeah. Once you know what people are chasing, and, you know, I think you can relate to somebody. It's a lot easier to, you know, have a conversation and understand what they're talking about.
Yeah. So going to school for that, I mean, do you have any advice for anybody that like is struggling right now? Maybe how to.
Yeah. I mean, so for me, it's like, you know, you have to be happy in here. You can't facilitate and change things in your surrounding to make you feel better. Like, it has to come from here, and then you have to understand how outside sources and influences affects you, you know, if they're going to affect you, and if you want it to be a positive or negative, you know. And then so once you can understand that, and there's really few things that we can't control, but our thoughts and our reactions to things and instances and words, you know, we really are in control of. And so I think just, you know, for me, I like criticism. You know, I surround myself with people that I want criticism from. I want to constantly grow. And I never look at myself as like a victim. You know, I think for one, I am incredibly lucky with the family that I have, with the upbringing that I had. Like, nothing could have gone better. And I wish that for more people across the world. Like, that's one thing I wish, you know, family is why I'm here. And so, yeah, I think, yeah.
You mentioned like surrounding yourself and with people. Like, I quit drinking 10 months ago, and having a sober group that doesn't really drink at all, like it just makes it a little easier.
Just supports you.
Yeah.
And then it calls you out, you know? Mm-hmm.
Keeps you accountable.
Yeah, isn't it sitting there beating around the bush and be like, hey, maybe you should, like, no. You know, you're being an idiot. You know, you said you were going to do something, and now you're not holding you're not holding yourself accountable. So you have to hold yourself accountable at all times. And then, you know, don't let things influence you in a negative way.
Yeah.
And recognize, you know, don't let people control how you think or feel about yourself. Ever. You know, unless it's in a positive way.
Yeah.
Take criticism, and, you know, don't be a victim, because, you know, you're one. It's all you.
Yeah. Can't have a pity party every time.
The more I talk, the more I'll complicate it, because for me, it's easy.
That's powerful, dude. That's very powerful.
Yeah, just, you know, hold yourself accountable. Be positive influence. Help people. Helping people for me really brings me happiness.
Me too.
So, you know, I would recommend doing that.
Yeah.
You know, lending a hand any chance you get.
Yeah. I love that. Being grateful too is nice.
Being grateful.
Yeah.
You know, my faith is very strong. You know, I'm luckily introduced by my parents at a young age. You know, has got me through a lot of things.
Who's next on your list to fight?
I told them I want to fight in March. As far as who, you know, with the way that this sport works, you just never know. You know, the Chandler and Oliveira fight tonight, that can be a variable of who I fight next.
Wow.
Depending on how that fight goes or what happens, or you just never know. You know, I knocked out Poirier. He fought for the title. You know, I fought for the BMF title. You know, it's a crazy game. It's all about timing. So I have to go in there. I have to win. It has to be against. It's going to be against Poirier. It's going to be against Hooker, Moicano, the winner of Oliveira, Chandler. You know, it's off of that list of people. Volkanovski coming up. Holloway's coming back up. So I would love.
Wow.
I always want to get a rematch.
Yeah.
You know, any chance I can, being the competitor that I am. So,
sure.
Yeah, it could be one of those guys, but honestly, I don't know who.
Who would be your dream pick, or who would you want to?
It's me against me.
You against you?
That's what every day is, especially to be ready for these fights and prepare, you know, the right way. You have to challenge yourself and be aware of the danger, and then push yourself.
So when would the next fight be for you?
March.
Oh, March. Okay.
So I told them I want to fight in March, but they are probably figuring out the end of January right now. So I think it'll be, you know, 4 or 5 weeks till they get to me and get to that fight card and put that together.
Okay. So are you going to go on any hunting trips before that, do you think?
Yeah, I have a deer hunt coming up, eastern Colorado, out in Lyman.
Okay.
And then I have a couple invites to hunt some elk, and I really, really want to, but I have to make my schedule's been crazy. And I really got to stay in Colorado, sleep in my bed, and train at my gym.
Yeah.
Because I am not done fighting, so I have to get ready.
Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Well, man, I want to thank you so much for coming in here today. I know we got the fights going. You got to check all that out, do some homework on it.
No, I'm just a fan tonight.
Just a fan tonight?
Yep, I love the sport. Been a fan, you know, since 2002.
So
Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner.
You're not doing research on these guys, the way they're fighting this game?
Well, I already fought both the guys that are in my weight class.
Yeah.
So.
You already know them, how they do it.
I know that fight will have nothing to do with the next one.
Yeah.
Because it's a crazy fucking game. Never
know. People switch it up for the next fight so that people aren't onto their moves.
If you watch these fights, there's so many, you know, huge punches that are missing by less than inches. And it's just if those land or those don't land. I think it's the variable that I love the most, that makes it the most scary, is the unknown. And the fact that there's a little bit of luck and a little bit of chance every single time you step in there. Yeah. And for me, I like that part. It's like I'm like, okay, let's roll the fucking dice. you know, but that's the scary part. That's the scary part that you're going to face whenever you are walking in there. Is you've done everything right. You know, you want something so bad, but that small chance of, you know, luck and chance can take away
any variable. Yeah.
Can take away everything. Yeah. And so,
wow, someone could have ate bad food the night before, get food poisoning.
All kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Slept bad. Stubbed their toe.
Didn't sleep.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I get the best sleep ever before fights.
You said roll dice. Do you roll dice at all? Like CeeLo? You play CeeLo?
I mean, but I play craps.
Shit. Okay, with 3 dice CeeLo, like the street game, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe why don't we roll one game for leg kicks after the show?
I think we should just pass out leg kicks.
Everyone want a new tattoo on their leg?
I won't kick you that hard.
Yeah.
Just hard enough.
I heard it's kind of like a rite of passage to get one from you. So
yeah, you have to.
We'll have to see. Well, dude.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. They said you were going to make me some glass.
Yeah.
And you had a podcast, so I was like, absolutely.
Well, fuck, dude. I greatly appreciate you coming up here and doing the pod, and I hope you enjoy this new elk. You can hit it whenever you want.
Be a great centerpiece at my house.
Awesome, dude. Yeah. Well, it's my honor to have one piece in your house.
Cool.
Thank you very much, bro.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Yep. Yeah. Is there any, do you have any like websites or merch sites that people can get your merch?
You know me.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's Happy Dad, Monster Energy, Price Picks.
Let's go.
UFC.
Yep. Shout out to
Onyx Sports. If you want the best boxing gloves in the world.
Onyx?
Onyx, ONX Sports. And if you're going to Winter Park, you should rent some shit from Beaver Park Sports Shops.
Let's go. Yeah, we'll see you there on the 30th November. Have you ever blown glass before? Quick last question. No? Because if you ever have the urge, we can facilitate that. And, you know, just pushing 2 colors together, and I can make you like a little mitt or something. But we could do that next time. Anyways, all right, man. Thank you so much, dude. I look forward to seeing you smashing someone's face on TV soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Robertson Stash Podcast. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to support us, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, we want to hear from you. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to reach out. Hit the website, hit the link. We'll see you next time.